Hi, my name is Charneva, and welcome to After the Storm. This practice is designed to calm you after the storm, that storm being any hardcore cross-training workout. Start at the top of your mat with your hands at heart center, and just begin to breathe deeply, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Inhale, sweep your hands up towards the sky. Allow your shoulders to drop down and away from your ears. You can look up if it feels good. Press your pelvis slightly forward and allow yourself to root down into the earth with the four corners of your feet. Exhale, hinge at the waist and bring your hands down to the mat. If your hands can't reach the mat, you can just allow your hands to rest on your shins. You can also grab opposite elbows. Rock from side to side, releasing the spine. You can shake your head yes, and you can shake your head no. Breathing in and out through the nose here, and through the entire practice. Allow the breath to be your guide. Releasing your hands. If you've interlaced or grabbed opposite elbows, fold deeply, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward gently, and as you exhale, step back on your right foot. So you want your hands to line up with the front foot. One hand on one side, one hand on the other. Allow yourself to drop your knee if you need to, but if you want to keep it raised up, you definitely can. This is your stretch. This is your yoga practice. So own it and make it yours. Don't go too far or too deep too fast. You've already had a major workout. And you want to make sure that you give your body the love and attention that it needs. Make sure you're breathing here. Go ahead and come down to your knees. We'll come into some cat-cows. Plant the hands up under the shoulders, knees up under the hips. Take a big breath. Exhale, round your spine, look at your belly button. Allow your spine to curve up towards the sky. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling and let your torso drop down towards the mat. Exhale, round into your spine and tuck your tailbone in. Inhale, gaze up and stimulate your thyroid. Exhale, round your spine, riding your breath with these cat-cows. Inhale, gaze up. On your next exhale, we'll come into a child's pose. Remembering that there's no expectation here. There's no judgment. All we're doing is releasing our bodies from the hardcore stress that it just endured. So relax your body and relax your mind. Reach your fingertips forward and let the hips sit back towards the heels with the forehead on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Tuck your toes. Press your palms into the mat and we'll come into a downward facing dog. You want to allow your heels to sink down towards the mat if your body allows that. If not, we don't worry about it. Lift up your right leg. Breathing deeply. Let's step the right foot through, place it in between the hands, and we come back into that low lunge. Shoulders away from the ears, heart bursting towards the front of the room. Breathe deeply here for just a few breaths. Find your balance here. Pressing that back leg either up towards the sky to get a full hamstring stretch, or again, the knee can be dropped. No expectation, and take your time. Breathing in and out through the nose. Step forward and bow. We're going to place our hands behind our legs. Line your fingertips up with your ankles. Try to squeeze your forearms together and pull yourself towards your shins. Try to glue your torso to your thighs. This is just magnifying the stretch. Inhale, look out to flat back, hands on the shins, gazing forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the hands back up towards the sky, palms press. And exhale, hands come through to heart center. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Inhale, hands above your head. And as you exhale, we dive forward again. Let the crown of the head hang down towards the mat. Inhale, hands on those shins. And as you exhale, place your hands on the mat and step the left foot back this time. We also want to bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. We're coming to a low lizard lunge. You have the option to drop that back knee if you'd like. But if you keep that back knee raised, make sure that your hands are in line with the front foot. Breathing here. We want to send some breath to the hips. Root down into the left hand and let's lift up the right hand. Remember to keep that left heel high to the sky. On your next exhale, take the fingertips of the right hand back towards the back of the room. Keep the palm wide. Breathe big. Just stretching out our shoulders. And then take that right hand back to the mat on the outside of the right foot. Big breath here. Step the left foot in about half the distance of the mat. Left toes turn towards the left side of the room. Right toes turn forward as we come into a triangle pose. This pose gives us an entire body stretch. For your triangle, you can have your hand on the mat. You can place your right hand on your shin. Whatever works for you. You want one long straight line from fingertip to fingertip. And you want your torso lined up with that right leg. Breathe deeply. Inhale, come all the way up to standing preparation. Turn both feet towards the front of the room. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, palms press. And as you exhale, we're going to dive forward, stretching out our hamstrings, stretching out our shoulders, giving our back some love. Big breath in, let the crown of the head hang. Big breath out. Bring your palms to the mat and we're going to widen that stance. So heel toe the feet out, but you want to keep the feet pigeon-toed. So turn the feet in and the heels out just gently. Now, if you've been lifting, this is an amazing stretch for the shoulders. Reach your fingertips towards the back of the room, palms down. Attempt to bring the crown of your head down towards the mat. Breathe here. If that is too much, you can just simply bring your hands back in line with your shoulders, or even take your hands to the outsides of your feet, and instead of the crown of your head coming down, you can bring your forehead to the mat. Bend into your elbows and pull if you're here. But if you keep those hands back behind you, just try to walk the fingertips towards the back of the room. Inhale, look up, halfway, hands on the mat. And we're going to take our lizard lunge over to the right foot. So just walk over to the right side. Breathe in deep. Inhale. Make sure this time that the left heel remains high. You can always, again, drop into that knee that's extended. It's your practice. It's your time, your stretch. It's after your storm. And nobody experienced that but you. plant that left hand down, and we'll plant the right hand down, and we'll lift up the left hand. Take the fingertips of the left hand towards the back of the room, and remember to gaze towards those fingertips. Again, getting a nice shoulder stretch, getting a nice twist in the body. Breathe deeply. Bring your hands back in line with the front foot, one on one side, one on the other. And step in with your left foot so we can come into our triangle. We'll step in with your right foot so we can come into our triangle. Lift up your right hand high to the sky. Again, find your triangle pose. Everybody's different, so your hand can stay on the mat. It can come in front of your foot. It can come behind your foot. It can line up with your shin. Breathe deep here. Lift all the way up, back into your stand-in preparation, and turn your feet inward. So we're going to heel toe the feet a little wider. Interlace your hands back behind you and open your heart. Try to lift the hands up off of your hips. Gaze up, lift the heart up, and then exhale, fold. Widen your stance if you need to or if you can. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Big breath in. Lift all the way back up, leading with your heart. And let's release the hands all the way out beside you. Stretching side body now. We'll lean over to the right. And then lean over to the left. Inhaling and exhale here. And then heel toe your feet back together. We'll come into a nice hip opener. Arms out long and wide. Cartwheel the hands down towards the mat, and we're stretching out our hamstrings again. Stretching out the full body here is the purpose of After the Storm. So you don't have to bring your forehead to your knee. You can just bring your hands to your shin if that works out. So come back up, turn in your right foot, turn out the left, and let's take it over to the left side and bow. Breathing. The breath will allow you to go deeper. Inhale, come back up. And heel toe those feet all the way together. Inhale, take your hands up towards the sky. We're going to stretch out our shoulders. We'll come into an eagle wrap. So you'll take the right arm up under the left and lift the shoulders. Lift the elbows away from you. Keep the shoulders down. If that's too much, you can grab opposite elbows, or you can glue the fingertips from fingertip down to the elbow. Take your eagle wrap, whichever is good for you, and have a small seat. Pick up the right knee and wrap your right foot around the left calf muscle. Sit down low. Find you a little balance here. If this is not good for you, if you can't wrap or if your body's not allowing it today, you can have a hovering foot or you can have a kickstand. Those are the options that you have available. If you can wrap it up and sit low. Here we create a tourniquet effect. This tourniquet effect releases a fresh supply of blood to both parts of your body once you release. So let's take the other side. Left arm up under the right, or you take the shoulder wrap, or you glue the fingertip from fingertip to elbow. Kickstand, hovering foot, or wrap, and sit low. Make sure you're breathing deeply here. Creating that fresh blood supply. Honoring where you are. Inhale deeply and release. Hands up towards the sky. As you exhale, hinge at the waist and bow forward. Inhale, gaze forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. So we'll come down to our knees, continuing with our stretching. Get us a nice gait in. So roll the shoulders down and back. Take your right hand off to the side and extend out through the left hand, the left foot. Reaching up, reaching back, open in the heart. You can also just reach up if the back bend is not serving you today. And then take it over to the left. Right hand up and back, or just up, your option. Come back to center. So we'll take a little rest here, hands to your thighs. Eyes are closed as we get ready to seal our practice with our final relaxation. So after every practice, you definitely want to make sure that you get time in for your final relaxation. Take your entire body to the mat and just lay flat. Take your legs wider than the mat. Take your shoulder blades glued together behind you. Arms down beside you, palms face up, and just lie here. Now, you may have went through a phenomenal amount of work and then came here to seal the deal. Maybe this is your first and only stretch for the day. Either way, you deserve this few moments of rest. So lie here with yourself in peace and silence. To ask you to completely silence the mind is impossible. However, I will ask that you try to quiet yourself, quiet your mind, no expectations. Only allow yourself the freedom, the liberation of being here. You can honor your body through each breath because you've done something so amazing for yourself. Keep breathing and keep being. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. And slowly roll over to your right side, cooling it down with the left. The left side is our feminine side, the right side our masculine. Our masculine is where we do the hardcore. Our feminine is where we cool it down and keep it easy. Slowly, with your eyes closed, come up to a comfortable cross-legged seat and bring your hands to heart center. The Sanskrit word namaste simply means the light in me salutes and honors the light in you, honoring that beautiful light that shines so very bright in each and every one of us. One love, one heart. Namaste.